Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Funda family. In this video, I will solve two interesting problems based on linear convolution. Before I start with my explanation, I want you to try those questions first. Later you can check for the solution in this video itself. So this is question number 1. Freeze the video and try it by your own. And this is question number 2. So first of all, let me start this video with solution of question number 1. See, in question 1, we need to identify linear convolution for these two sequences. Here one can observe we have x1 of n that is having reference at 4, means n is equals to 0 at 4 and sequence is 4, 3, 2, 1. So in total 4 elements are there. So small n is equals to 4, and here with x2 of n reference is there at 5. Here sequence is 5, 2, 3, 4. So here in total 4 elements are there. Now you need to understand how many elements will be there with linear convolution. Total samples with linear convolution, that will be n plus m minus 1. Here n and m both are 4. So total samples with linear convolution will be 7. Now I will explain how to identify magnitude of all these samples. So here what I'll do is I'll be making matrix. Now here I'll be writing first sequence, that is 4, 3, 2, 1 over here. 4, 3, 2 and 1. And vertically I will write this x2 of n, that is 5, 2, 3, 4. So vertically we have 5, 2, 3 and 4. Now we need to identify elements over here. So here this 5 that we need to multiply with these elements. So here we will be having 20, here we will be having 15, here we will be having 10, here we will be having 5. Now I'll multiply 2 with this. So here we have 8, 6, 4 and 2. Then I'll multiply 3 with this. So here we have 12, 9, 6 and 3. Now I will multiply 4 with this sequence. So here we have 16, then we have 12, then we have 8 and then we have 4. Now I will identify elements. To identify elements, here we need to have diagonal addition. So here I'll be performing diagonal addition to get magnitude of elements with linear convolution. So now let me write down linear convolution, that is YL of n. Here first element, that is 20. Second element, that is 8 plus 15, that is 23. Next element is 12 plus 6 plus 10, that is 28. Next element is 16 plus 9 plus 4 plus 5, that will be 34. Next element is 12 plus 6 plus 2, that will be 20. Next element is 8 plus 3, that is 11. Next element is 4. So now we got the value of elements. But here we need to understand what will be the range. See here in total how many elements are there? 7 elements are there as per this calculation. Now we need to understand reference. See here with x1 of n, reference is available over here. So on this side we have 0 elements. With this x2 of n, reference is there over here. On this side we have 0 elements. So with this answer, over this side we have 0 elements. So but obviously reference should be available over here at 20. Now we need to cross verify this. So with respect to this reference, over this side we have 3 elements, and with respect to reference with x2, over this side we have 3 elements. So 3 plus 3, 6. So over this side with respect to reference we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements, right? So that is how one can identify reference over here. Let me solve second problem that will resolve your understanding further. So here also we have two sequences and we need to identify linear convolution. See with x1 of n, we have in total 5 elements. So small n, that is equals to 5, and with x2 of n, we have in total 4 elements. So small m is equals to 4. Now let us identify total elements with linear convolution. Total samples of linear convolution will be n plus m minus 1. Here we have the value of n and m. So 5 plus 4 minus 1 means 8. Now I will identify magnitude of each and every element. To have magnitude, now I'll be using matrix. So first of all, I will note down this x1 of n, that is 1 1 0 1 1. So let us note down 1 1 0 1 and 1. And vertically here we have 1 minus 2 minus 3 4. So 1 minus 2 minus 3 and 4, that we need to note down. Now I will identify elements over here with this matrix. So let us multiply 1 with this. So we have 1 1 0 1 1. Now let us multiply minus 2 with this. So we have minus 2 0 minus 2 minus 2. Now multiply minus 3 with this. So we have minus 3 0 minus 3 minus 3. Now multiply 4 with this. So here we have 4 4 0 4 4. Now to identify magnitude, here we need to perform diagonal addition. Let me show it to you how to perform diagonal addition. So first of all, form diagonal over here with this matrix. And now let us identify linear convolution YL of n. So first element, that is 1. Next element is minus 2 plus 1, that is minus 1. Next element is minus 3 minus 2, 0 means minus 5. Next element is 4 minus 3, 0, 1. So that will be 2. Next element is 4 plus 0 plus minus 2 plus 1. That will be 3. Next element is 0 minus 3 minus 2. That will be minus 5. Next element is 4 minus 3, that is plus 1. And last element is 4. Now we need to identify reference with this. If you observe, with x1 of n, we have reference here. So over this side, we have 2 elements. And with x2 of n, we have reference over here. So over this side, we have 1, 2 and 3 elements. So in total, 5 elements are there over this side with respect to reference. So here also we will be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over this side. So reference will be available over here. Now do cross verification. So with respect to reference over this side, we have 2 elements. So with respect to x1, here we have reference. So over this side, we have 2 elements. With x2 over this side, we have 0 elements. So in total, 2 elements should be there over this side. So you can observe here we have 2 elements. So that is how one can identify reference and magnitude of element for linear convolution. I think now you are having fair enough idea about how to compute linear convolution. In my last video, I have solved problems based on circular convolution by 2 different methods. So that is how one can solve linear and circular convolution. Still, if you have any confusion, just place that in comment section. I'll be happy to help you. Thank you so much for watching this video.